It's been cold as fuck out here. Okay, so unfortunately in here I have no heat. So guess what? Your boy wasn't gonna freeze to death out here. You feel what I'm saying? But we back. It's starting to warm up in here. So let's get to it. Bow. Yo, what's going on, man? You already know what time it is. Listen, bro. I hope y'all had a great winter. Staying safe for those of you that have a winter, because not all of you guys have winters. So, and I'm hating low key that, you know what I'm saying, you guys don't have winters. But needless to say, man, shout out to the road race community. Shout out to the street bike community in general. And bro, we back at it here. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking warm enough where I could come around and fuck around and make my videos. I got a lot to talk about, so I think there's gonna be quite a few segments of this right here. You feel me? So, first and foremost, man, let's get right to it. Shout out to everybody that showed up to Street Survival Las Vegas, bro. Straight up. Like, shout out to everybody that supported. Shout out to everybody that helped me. You know what I'm saying? Put that together. And the whole West Coast, man. And of course, you know what I'm saying? My tuner, Track Ready Performance, for always holding it down and doing what he needs to do for me. The event went amazing. You know what I mean? Uh, it was all around just great vibes. I think that Street Survival, bro, is a great segue for the Super Bowl that goes on in Vegas, because it's more of having fun, less serious business. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, the Super Bowl is the Super Bowl, and it'll remain the Super Bowl of roll racing. And that's where shit really, you you fuck around and find out type shit. You know what I'm saying? Street Survival was much more test and tune, and everybody kind of getting a feel for what's going on, where roll racing's at. Because let me tell you, in the 3 years that I've been at it, it's changed drastically. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not on it, you'll be left behind real fast. But with that being said, man, I appreciated the vibes, man, all the support, all the people that came out, man, all the videographers that came out. I got some fire coming out for you guys. It's actually something that I've been thinking about for quite a while, and I was willing to put something together. I'm not ready to really announce it yet, but it's definitely something I feel like the road race community is gonna appreciate, and I hope y'all appreciate it. But nonetheless, man, it was nice to be on Pac-Man after not fucking riding the bike for 6 months. And it was nice to fuck around with the team and really see where everybody was at. It was nice to meet everybody that I met. A lot of people came from out of town, man. Shout out all my Arizona guys. Shout out Colorado, man. Everybody that came from Texas in general, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of Cali guys on Saturday. Saturday was like the main day with the shootout. Unfortunately, that's one thing that I did learn, man. Um, and I want you guys' opinion on this. So please let me know what your thoughts are. When it comes to shootouts, I don't know if that's exactly my bag. I tried it, you know what I'm saying? Because why not? I've never done anything with a shootout before. So it was dope. It was a great turnout for the event as a whole. But when it came to the shootouts, I think there was so many people that they just weren't acclimated to the road, and they didn't know what to expect. That why the fuck are you gonna sit there and throw your money away is probably what you guys were thinking, which I completely understand. I get it, but to me, life is a gamble. You never know, man. Spinning ain't winning, and sometimes, man, it could be a guy that's just consistent with a lot less horsepower than the next man that wins the whole event. You never know. You know what I'm saying? That wins the whole shootout. So, but I was thinking for myself, going forward, maybe moving a little differently with that. Maybe just hosting an event and letting y'all do the racing and figuring out whether y'all want to do money runs or however you guys want to slice it, and shooting raffles off and raffling off a lot of the prizes that I have for my sponsors. Which, shout out to all my sponsors, man. You know what I mean? It was overwhelming. I kind of had to cut the sponsors down because I didn't feel the necessity to have so many. But, you know, of course, Kamikaze always showing me support. Shout out to the whole UAE. Aleph, you already know. Shout out to you, man. Everybody in Qatar, Doha, that whole side, man. I appreciate all of you. You know, I'm looking forward to going back to the UAE soon. You know, that's definitely where my heart is at the end of the day. I feel like over there, man, those guys are just unbelievable. Um, SBR Racing, man. Thank you very much for supporting as well, man. It's a pleasure supporting your business as well. For upcoming business, please, if you don't know SBR Racing, please tap in with them. Really good dudes out of Canada. Spuff Performance, thank you very much for donating the wheels. Uh, Appreciate you very much for showing love like that as well, man. Uh, and Torque Law, thank you very much, guys. You know, Torque Law, any injuries, bike accidents, man, reach out to them guys. They'll get you situated 100%. You know, but nonetheless, man, getting back to the event, it was definitely hot as fuck both days, bro. But we started so early in the morning that by 2, 3 in the afternoon, we were ready. We was out of there. You know what I'm saying? For the exception of some guys that didn't give a fuck about the heat and they stayed racing, which that was fine as well. You know, but needless to say, man, you know, Saturday it was real hectic in the beginning, getting everything situated for the 1000 shootout, C85 MR12 class. Once again, shout out to NV King for winning that class. Shout out to 702 as a crew for winning that class, and Adrian for being a very consistent jockey, man. That man's consistent. But you know, it was definitely a lot of running around for me, man, trying to get everything situated, and having the help that I had definitely helped out with that. But it worked out very well. The shootout was boom, done real quick. It was a small class. Of course, a lot of people bailed because they felt like their shit wasn't working, or maybe they didn't have enough, whatever the case may be, you know, which, you know, that is what it is. But after that, man, it was just a really great day of racing, man, you know, and everybody just getting along, everybody getting to know each other. There was a lot of guys that never been to Vegas that showed up, you know, which was great, you know. I'm not too sure how many bikes showed up, man, but that kind of thing doesn't really matter to me. I don't do it for that. You know, I do this because I really fuck with you guys, man, and I fuck with the road race culture as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, the ugly. I mean, there's that in every sport, every motorsport that you can, you know what I'm saying, that you can imagine. That is what it is. Like me, not like me, hate me. It's not my problem, bro. I'm 40. I ain't got time to worry about what anybody thinks of me. You feel me? So that is what it is. Actually, before I close this out, I wanted to give a special shout out to my mother, man. A lot of y'all ain't know, but my mom just had heart surgery a couple of weeks ago. So a month trying to hold everything down with the whole street survival, making sure she was good. Shout out to Tufts for taking care of my mom the way that they did. And listen, I love you, and I need you to know that I'm very proud of you for how you've been recovering. Once again, I tell you all the time, we all we got, all right? I need you to stick around. So it's just a message I want to give to her personally, because I know she'll be watching all my shit. All right? I'm out of here.